Hey guys, it's YOU WACK, and for the past couple of weeks, I posted a couple of videos talking about a few things that only original Overwatch players would remember, and looking back at it, you don't really realize how much Overwatch has really changed in the past 2 years. Not even just with hero changes, but with just even tiny little things like the portraits or whatnot. But really looking back at the hero changes, you start to think, okay, well, Overwatch has changed a lot, but so have the heroes. Some of these heroes aren't the same that they were 2 years ago, more specifically Mercy, Symmetra, and even some brand new heroes. But some people will try to make the argument, and some people will say that Overwatch is shooting itself in the foot with all these nerfs and buffs. Have there been too many nerfs and buffs in Overwatch? And that's what I really wanted to talk about and really just explain to you guys why that argument is still a valid argument, but why updates need to happen and just for a meta to constantly be changing. Now, first and foremost, guys, I just want to try to make the argument and just try to steer you in the right direction of where I'm going with this, because the later you get into the seasons, Season 8, Season 9, Season 10, you start to see less and less heroes become obsolete. I'm talking about heroes like Winston, heroes like Symmetra, even heroes like Torbjorn that a few seasons in the earlier seasons, talking about like 1, 2, and 3, were totally not usable, totally obsolete. Yeah, Winston probably was the least used tank back in those days just because, well, that's just how he was built. Same thing with Symmetra, and now even now with recent changes and recent nerfs and buffs to her, more specifically buffs, now she's becoming less obsolete and a more useful hero in more situations. So really, if you just look at it from the big picture, look at it from Season 1 through Season 10, you don't really see the opposite of less heroes becoming not viable in the meta. But then you often hear these arguments saying, okay, well, when a buff comes into Overwatch, it often ruins the game. It makes it so that that's the only hero that you can play and makes the rest of the DPS or tank heroes totally obsolete, which is the conversation we're having right now. When a buff or a nerf comes into play, is it slowly ruining Overwatch? Well, a good example of this could be Bastion, because when Bastion got his changes, a lot of people thought the game was totally ruined, but you also have to look at it in the previous season or the previous season before that. Bastion was a completely unusable hero. He was a throw hero, but then he got his changes. Then he became a whole lot better to the point where, yeah, he was broken, and yeah, it kind of did ruin Overwatch for a slight period of time, but then he got changed really, really quick after that. But after that tiny little change, nobody saw Bastion really as this throw hero. Maybe on control maps, but people saw the potential in Bastion, and because of that simple little change, it made Bastion a better hero. Another example that you might not think of, Winston. Winston was the worst tank out of all the tanks. Zarya, Reinhardt, all great tanks, but Winston really didn't have his place up until they changed his bubble. People don't think about it, people don't realize it, but that threw him into the meta where ongoing seasons, well, he was a usable tank now. The points and the arguments I just continuously try to make in this video is just to try to show you guys the importance of all these constant changes, because some people will say that Season 4 is the best season of all time, or that Season 8 is the best season of all time, which I do want to hear your guys' opinions. What is your favorite season and why? Don't just say, oh, I like Season 8 because I hit Grandmaster, which I did. I just wanted to flex a little bit. But I want to know your honest thoughts besides your own, biasness. That's not even a word. I just want to hear your honest opinions and why you like it, whether it was just because you thought the offense category was balanced, because you thought just the meta was balanced. Because, again, the main points I'm trying to make is the continuous updates, the continuous nerfs or buffs to your mains or changes to a specific hero is all just to help evolve the game, because you can look at some games in past history and the developers changed nothing. A common game I always go to is Modern Warfare 2, where they changed nothing. So it was a continuous game where, yeah, you didn't have to relearn anything. Nothing was added, nothing was changed, so it was just the same experience. But here, here as in Overwatch, every single season is a different experience, whether it was because D.Va got a change to her defense matrix, or because Zarya got a change to her ultimate, or because we got a brand new hero. It's all in an effort just to make sure Overwatch is a better game going on forward. And some people would try to argue saying, oh, well, it's not needed, they're fixing things that shouldn't be fixed, why can't they fix the toxic people and the salty people? It's like, dog, chill, okay? They can't be the parent for these little kids that are just lashing out at people, which they've even tried to fix still to this day with a new endorsement feature to make sure people are nicer, with the report system. with the mute button that's been in the game since the beginning of time, that you can simply just mute them. So they fixed the parts of the game that people still to this day are complaining and still try to make the game better in areas that you might not even think of. The whole point in this video is to one, show you guys that Overwatch and the Blizzard team is just constantly evolving and just trying to make all the heroes better. And I'm also just trying to prepare you guys for what happens when Symmetra goes live, because I guarantee you the same arguments are going to be saying they completely ruined Overwatch, Symmetra didn't need to be changed. It's going to be the same exact reaction that Bastion received seasons ago, because, well, people think that Overwatch doesn't need a change. But just remember, all these nerfs, all these buffs is not in an effort to ruin the game, it's in an effort to try to make the game a whole lot better, because I guarantee you nobody's going to look at Symmetra as much of a throw hero than where she was at in the previous seasons. Now, if only we can maybe get that for May, I'd be a happy camper. But anyway, guys, that's my video for you today. I just wanted to talk about the reasons for why Overwatch is just constantly changing, because Overwatch really does change a lot, and those past two videos really helped me realize it, and I just love Overwatch more just because it's just so supported by its developers. But anyway, guys, I still want to know what season was your favorite and why. Please leave me a legitimate answer other than just, oh, I reached diamond or I reached gold in this season. I would like to know. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.